Alright, so there's been a couple rookies asking like what what people look for like when they're reviewing their own replays, and I know it's not much, but I figured I'd just post what I'm looking at like in my own replay. So this is a ranked game I just played like 10 minutes ago, and I really actually felt quite lost in how I should approach winning this game. And I wasn't quite sure if it was my deck or just my decision making, so I wanted to check out the replay, see what I could have done differently, and really what was going wrong for me in this game. Um, One thing I noticed was that I had a really hard time dealing with SAS. They're quite good unit against uh, a Hilo heavy player like myself when I'm playing Soviets. Oh, and also my AKM crits his Tornado F2 there, which is absolutely disgusting. So he was actually very passive in Delta at the start. I didn't even realize that. Puts SAS down everywhere though, except for looks like his, I guess, main push in quotation marks. It's a little odd. So he's playing Commonwealth. He has a ton of Diggers 90s and a ton of Canadian Rifles 90s and a ton of Commandos 90s. And yeah, here's one thing I should have noticed when I saw this Puma HC1 after I saw, well, firstly, I should have looked at the experience, seen its elite. Oh, there's SAS in that town. I shouldn't put a Rezvedka MTV there. Um, and then, yeah. So my initial kind of play was to just kind of feel out what he was doing because I didn't really have a fantastic opener. Oh, I pressed H on that instead of G. That's a misclick. But, so I went in here, tried to clear him out. I think I do an alright job, though the VDV do get kind of shit on by the Commandos 90. I kill his Stormer HVM, which makes me quite happy. And I should have gotten the VDV out, but they died to this fucking M113 here. And he just keeps buying infantry, and I just keep being kind of like dealing with it very inefficiently. So I buy a UM, and it doesn't do much work. I mean, it. I also put a Nona in my deck, and I actually hate it. Only 39 rounds is really limiting in terms of what you actually want to be doing. But in terms of my map control here, I'm really like, this KA-52 didn't do anything in the opener, but I like having the KA-52 in the opener. I'm gonna keep that around. Um, but right now, what I'm noticing is I need to be more efficient in dealing with infantry grinds in terms of keeping my BTRTs alive. I can't just be sacrificing them. I should be uh, better shielding them with like Saparies and VDV 90. Um, and then I'm being kind of careless with fire support vehicles like that BMP-3 or BMD-3 that was over here. I wanted it to kill the Aslav 25, but ended up giving it way too far of an attack move to where it just died to the Chimera and the Aslav. And then one thing I really noticed is that I really struggle with dealing with ATGM teams, and I've never been honestly very good at dealing with ATGM teams, and so and then one thing I should have done with this tour is just been more cautious with it. I tried to move it up here, but he eventually gets green jackets in here, and his Kahu's able to spot it. I'm able to trade the Kahu. But let's check out this engagement here. I like that I have Sapri in the front. These VDV are shooting at the THs, but missing like every shot. They should hit 4 out of 10 times, but they haven't hit yet. 50% accuracy, there's one finally, and then I eventually turn that off. Yep, get that guy. And then so he's actually smoking right here, which is pretty nice. Though the Milans are able to just fire into here, and I'm not cautious enough with my T-72B to not get a hit by that Milan squad there. And he just keeps fighting infantry. And of course the diggers with the mini-me and the commandos 90 are just really fantastic pieces. So I bring up another BMD3 to try to hit this. The VDV 90 killed the Chimera, so this overall went really well. I'm not sure though if I should have kept pushing, because I have this UM that I really just didn't utilize at all. I was scared of this SAS squad and whatever else is out in this open field here, and since I only have the Nona, I'm really not confident in smoking because of how poor the actual fucking ammo count is. Here's something I found very interesting. The fucking SAS squad just beat the Spetsnaz GRU one-on-one. It's crazy. Look at that. Well, I guess they are moving there for a little bit, and then I come in with the BTR 90. Oh, 80% accuracy, panicked. That's pretty nuts. So I decide to CV up after he puts a CV in Charlie, and I like this advanced VDV position, but I think I'm just so scared of this Milan. I can't really do anything on this front. I think what I need to do is put in just a Vasilek, probably a Vasilek, because if I'm willing to spend 50 points on this Nona, I should be willing to spend 5 points less to get way more ammo and a better rate of fire. And so here comes the Kahu. He still is able to spot my fucking T-72B, which I was surprised about. I'm not sure really what he's spotting it with, but he was able to do that. Maybe it was the Milan 2. It was probably the Milan 2. This is just such a kind of disgusting place for ATGMs to be. It's really hard to root out, and like here, it's tough to deal with ATGMs for me. But so overall, I kind of felt lost against all this infantry that I should have been dealing with very easily, but it ended up being very cost ineffective for me to be dealing with all this infantry he was spamming out. Like, he never really bought anything heavier than a Chimera or a Leopard C2 Mexus, but just all these like diggers and Canadian rifles and TH-495s and even the like M1 13A1s. Oh, this one doesn't have the 2. I just felt like I was super enclosed here, and I'm trying to just theorycraft how I could have actually broken out of this. I think what would help me a lot is putting in a Vasilek. I think what would also help me is just trying to be cleaner with my BTRTs, and then also, instead of this just getting 2 T-72Bs to really help support my infantry grind, and then just dropping smoke on top of the T-72Bs to stay away from this. And then another thing he was doing that was surprisingly effective. Oh, there goes that Tor, by the way. I would try to move it up, and Kaku just spotted it because the green jackets are there. So I should have been more careful with the Tor, knowing the green jackets are there and have this wide field of view. But yeah, one thing I should have done. What is the javelin, by the way? 45%. What I should have done is I needed perhaps some Strela 10Ms here instead of this AKM, and then I needed a Vasilek, and then I needed more T-72Bs. The UM just isn't really something I should call out, because for a lot of reasons. One, it is exactly the same, or no, it's not. I thought the 721 was 180 points, but whatever. Doesn't matter. So what I should have done was called out 2 T-72BUs, or T-72Bs, I should say, and just had those do work in the forests. Or maybe I should just go back to the T-80B. Maybe I should delete one card of T-72Bs and go back to the T-80B for that 9 RPM. But yeah, look, this is just completely careless. I need to be focusing on this. I'm not sure what I'm focusing on here. I think I'm focusing over here. Oh no, I'm focusing on the T-72. But yeah, these guys move across the open field. This guy starts getting hit by Leopard 2, Leopard C2, and now they're both on super low health. I'm able to repair them both, but I need to be way more cognizant. And also, this is pretty hilarious. The SU-27M flies directly over 2 tracked rapiers and gets away without getting hit. 50% ECM for you there. But yeah, it is really tough. I mean, obviously, someone like Putin could have done this way, way, way more efficiently and cleanly, but playing against Commonwealth is actually it's a little annoying because of all the great infantry he gets, and the fact that even though I have VDV 90, which is a super good infantry unit, I uh, I can't really deal with his like Commandos 90 super efficiently. And so here's where I lose the UM. I I try to put smoke down with my Nona, but I eventually drive out too far, and it's just a disaster. And then these gunships, these fucking 30 point helos, just come in, and I cannot deal with them at all. The AKM cannot see them, even though they're right fucking here, and they just kill all my infantry. Every single infantry unit I have. And then I can't engage the Chimera with the UM because I'm not confident with the Nona. Only 9 RPM is really just not great for what I want to be doing. And look at this, he could just fucking take this. I'm just not trading efficiently enough. And though I'm keeping him occupied, he has so much stuff here. 30, 40 commandos, 90. A C2 Nexus. And then once again, I come in here and I just fucking shit the bed because I don't have AA coverage, so this gunships just obliterate my infantry pushing out into the open. And then I do try to smoke. This is so pathetic. Look at this. I'm getting great shots on these SAS, and then I smoke myself up, and the VDV die, and I don't kill the SAS. And then over here, I don't bring AA either, and he fucking puts a gunship and a Lynx AH-702, this guy, over here, and it just stalls my push completely. So really, I need to be cleaner about walking across open fields. I need to have AA in position to deal with them. Oh, so here's where I lose my UM. This little tiny hole in the smoke here. I need to have smoke up here more to be able to engage the Chimera. Boom. Yeah. Yeah, and look, I just don't have the AA proximity to actually be able to support these VDV or these Redovedka. They're just dying to these fucking gunships, these 2HE rocket pod helos. It's just a disaster. I've lost so much infantry to these rocket pod helos that I'm not able to like deal with these Milans. I'm not able to efficiently defend myself anymore because of all the infantry I've lost just crossing open ground. And this is nice. I like what I did here, even though it was a bit disjointed where the VD were moving up before the MTVs were in position. But yeah, I think what I need to be doing is I need to be buying more Strela 10Ms. I need to be buying more T72Bs. I'm going to take out one T72B card and replace it with a T80B card just for cheaper infantry grinding support. And then I need to be more careful about running across open ground. I need to really make a very focused effort when I'm running across open ground to have AA, to have fire support in position, and to have smoke, just to really just keep the fundamentals down. Because one of the reasons that I'm really not doing well, I think, this game is just my fundamentals are incredibly lacking in what I'm doing. I'm not I'm not really having super combined arms. Like over here, I see the Lynx H722 up. I'm like, oh shit, I don't have AA. I need to be having AA in these pushes to really punish this, because if I do, I don't lose that BMD3. I kill his 75-point helo, and then it's just free for me. What does he have? Fucking an SAS squad and a command tank. That's all he has over here. If I kill his helo, I guess he has some Maxis, but I have two T72Bs. I'd be fine. And I would have two BMD3s to be able to threaten his mexes. But yeah, so he does quite well for himself here. The Diggers 90 like are super tough to deal with. What is their launcher? 16, 20 RPM. It's not bad. Oh, and then here, I don't know what happens with my sets on Screw Squad. They just fucking stop. But yeah, look at this. Having this AA, I'm able to cross this open field because fucking killed his gunship. That those helos have been giving me so much trouble. And SC-27M combined with the AKM are able to get out against the Eurofighter Typhoon. I need to have this MTV up, engaging. This guy is engaging, and he does quite well for himself. Svetsna's Gru are able to kill the Mexus, and yeah, I'm really able to just neutralize him over here because I bought AA and had my push have combined arms. It's that simple. You have combined arms, it's just better. And so this Lynx H7 Totu is actually just able to invade around all these line of sight blockers, my AKM and Tor. And it's pretty crazy. I think I actually end up losing both T-72Bs. I wasn't actually paying attention because I was massing forces somewhere else. And look at this. He could have absolutely slaughtered me in this game. And that's really what I'm concerned about. The Tor misses, nice. Did T-72Bs die to Norforce? Oh no, it's just that, yeah, they die up here. Because I don't bring my AA up, because I'm worried about this Milan 2 squad. Fuck ATGMs, by the way. I think I never buy the Urigan, but I sometimes buy the Mista. And I think what I could do with the Mista is, once I find an ATGM position, just Mista the shit out of it. That could be a good way to deal with ATGM positions. Oh, was that Seed? Oh, that's funny. I got seeded because I didn't think he would buy Seed. Super punished. Yeah, and just dealing with these fucking diggers are so resilient, because they're stunning all my infantry, so that DPM isn't coming out, and then he has this Milan 2 killing all my fucking BTRTs. I pull out the MI-28, it dies to SAS. Actually, it doesn't die to SAS. What does it die to? Oh, it just doesn't die. He just gives up. Yeah, and just really sloppy from me there. Not super well done at all. But yeah, so from that review, I've got some good ideas. I've got fresh new ideas, if you will. Get these fucking cards out of my deck. Get this in my deck. Get this in my deck. I need to use the BMP2 more. I never click on the vehicle tab, but I really should more often. I do like the Tor. I mean, I used to say it's a dog shit unit, and I sort of still stand by that. But it's effective in the deck I'm crafting. I didn't really like Morskaya. I think I could be more effective with, say, this, perhaps. I also don't really especially enjoy the BMP3, though Conqueror's M 50% accuracy at only 25 points in comparison to the BMP2 OBR 90, which is Conqueror's M 50% accuracy at 30 points, is a very nice price point, honestly. Though this has quite good frontal armor. I was also trying the BMP3. I did sort of like it. The Arkan, the missile speed is quite nice, but not a great IFV, other than the Arkan for its missile speed and 2,800 meters range. But I think I do want to add, I want to add this card back into the deck. I'm gonna upset it because I don't buy that many. And I want better accuracy on the BMP2s. And then I think I just want to go Screzet here. Go, oops. Go like this. Screzet just for better, like, stunning of helos. And then I need to buy more Strela 10Ms instead of AKMs. And then, so someone was actually saying, or it was Doc actually, that the T80 UK, Putin uses it for like combat sometimes. And I was thinking about that. I was like, huh, the T72K1, it only has 2 top armor, but I'm never really getting like cluster bombed, except when I am. But that's whatever. So I was thinking I could get 50 points less for just a command tank, just taking it for the armor. So I'm kind of leaning towards that right now. I'm kind of leaning towards taking out the T80 UK because really, if I want a heavy tank, oh yeah, I was going to put in a T80B for that 15 points less, which gets me like half a VDV squad. If I buy 2 of these instead of 2 of these, I'm saving 30 points and gets me a full VDV squad on top of it. So I'm happy with that. And the reason I'm not going the T80 to save even more points is because I want the capability, T72B, that's 8 RPM. I want the capability to be able to engage over some amount of distance, and the T80B does that both with its Cobra, but also with the fact that it has 50% accuracy instead of 40% accuracy. And though the gun handling is the same, it has poor optics. If I have like a Spetsnaz Gru squad in any position after I've won a force grind, I want the T80B instead of the T80 in that situation. So that's why I added that. That's why I originally cut the T80 in favor of the T72Bs. Though this only has 50% base accuracy as well. Jesus fuck. The only reason you take this is because of the sphere. There's something called a Siver, right? Or is it just sphere? Oh, it is just sphere. So, man, you don't... This only has 50% base accuracy on my main gun? That's craziness. So if you want main gun performance, you actually have to go up to either the... Where do you get 60% accuracy in the Soviet tree? T64BV, 55%. You have to go up to the T80U to get main gun performance. Love me some T80UM. But I need to stop buying it so much. I should only really buy this when I want to engage super heavies across open ground. I should not buy it when I don't want to do that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. Fob, Earl. Yeah, I'm much more happy, I think, with this. I think Putin is definitely onto something with the BMP2 OBR 1986. I really like the fact that you can have Conqueror's M like in a flanking position or just on an open field on a thin flank. And then Moto Strelki for running across open fields or buying this in like a 3-stack. Really, you can just actually bully medium tanks with this. And then I'm more happy with the Screzet instead of the BMD3. Mostly because it's cheaper and I want more VDV90 just out on the field. And then also having a Screzet capability instead of what did I have? More Sky Picolta and the BTR-80A. Yeah, so I lose the capability of a really hard moto opener, but I'm mostly focusing on helos, right? I'm focusing on Factoria, Rezvedka, K52, Like that's my really aggressive opener if I want to go that route. And then I follow it up with like Spetsnaz Guru BRDM threes. I'm not sure if I like this card. It's like I don't know. It's my cheapest recon card, but I almost never buy it. And you get so many better options. I really do think Putin's onto something by cutting this card. Look, I get 3 fucking activation points that I can spend. I guess yeah. So I was floating 1 activation point just in this deck in general. I like the Mista. I really do. I never call out the Urigan unless I actually get Urigan or I'm specifically thinking about it. And the Urigan's such a good unit, and the Mista is really less of a good unit in comparison. Like the Urigan can win you top level games, I feel like, whereas the Mista probably won't. And if I'm running the Mista, I might as well be sneaky, do sneaky shit. So I think VMF in that my 24D might be a cool card. I'll try that out. Sneaky shit, and then also having it at my 24D to yeet around with. We'll run that later, but that was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed. That's really what I'm looking at when I'm looking at deck building and replay reviews.